Hey guys, welcome back to Tamiya Legends, and once again, thank you for stopping by. So, cool video today. You're actually watching this on Saturday, hopefully, because this is the day before I'm making this video, so it's really lastminute.com. But basically, Owen, massive shout out to my good friend Owen over at Revive RC, has sent me a new TD4 front suspension conversion kit to try out. So I'm really excited. So he's been, if you follow him on Instagram, I'll put a picture up of his Instagram channel, you'll have seen pictures of what he's come up with already. And he kindly sent me a full kit, which is awesome. While I was chatting to him, I always fell in love with when he did his brand new TD4 body, designed it. I fell in love with what he did, which was a Mercedes Petronas version of it, and I really liked it. And sort of tongue-in-cheek, I said to him, "Oh yeah, send me that as well, because I love that. I'd have that on my car." And I was kind of joking, but anyway, when the box turns up, he sent me it. So we're going to get this on the car as well. I just love this. I just think it looks absolutely incredible. Just so nice. Can't wait to see it on mine. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with my version. I absolutely love it. But I just fell in love with that, and with the front shock conversion on it, hopefully, all being well in this video, it's going to look awesome. So I'm going to save you some time for those people who are going to start typing about the front shock conversion. So I'm going to read you Owen's covering letter he sent me. Not all of it, just the important bits. I'm going to put my specs on because I'm old. There you go. So he put, let me just find out what's important. I'm really happy to finally send you the TD4 front tower conversion kit and Petronas body shell that you liked. The shell livery isn't perfect, but I think it still looks great. I've also included a tower conversion instruction guide. No one proofreads my stuff, so I would definitely appreciate if you could let me know if things don't make sense. Now, here's an important bit. I'm not sure if the TRF dampers fit, as the space to play with is quite tight in that area. If this is the case, let me know and I'll see if I can find different standoffs for you. The joys of retrofitting, I guess, laugh out loud. Now this is an important bit. Just as a side note, I had a valid comment on my Instagram page a while back saying that the inboard shocks is what makes the TD4 unique and didn't see the point of the conversion. I agree. I also like the inboard layout, so I pondered over whether I should continue with it for a while. For me, I always knew the external kit would improve. For me, I always knew the external kit wouldn't improve the handling or anything. That's not why I made the conversion. It was just a personal challenge, and I thought they looked cool in a retro kind of way. I only have 10 of these kits available at the moment, so we'll just see how they do. Hope you find it interesting. So, yeah, I'll save you in the comments. I understand one of the biggest sort of pulls or design features of, don't need them now, do I? TD4 is the inboard front suspension, same as the TD2. But I get where Owen's coming from. Whether this will make a difference to its handling, that'll be remain to be seen, and if it's strong enough and all that good stuff. But I like doing things that are slightly different, and that is very different. Anyway, I don't want this intro to last too long. So we've got a box of goodies and quite a lot in there, and we've got Owen's instructions that he's done for it with pictures. So he did ask me to do it step by step, just to make sure what he's done makes sense. So yeah, that's what we'll do. Yeah, again, hopefully when it's finished, because I have TRF small bore aeration dampers on my car, as you can see by the rears, so he's a bit worried about space wise. I've no idea if they're bigger than the standard CVA shocks that come with the kit, but I'm sure if they are. I don't actually know how this is going to fit, to be honest, but I'm sure if it's just an extra spacer here or there, I'll be able to sort that out myself. But yeah, as I'm making this intro right now, I've no idea what's going to happen. So first step, I'll get all my body set off and the wheels and off and get the chassis ready, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what you get in the kit, and we'll go through the instructions, and then we'll just get cracking with it. So I'll say this now. All the links to Owen's Instagram and a contact email will be in this video's description, and I'll do it as a pinned comment within the comments of this video as well. Anyway, we'll talk about it at the end. Let's get cracking. Right, so first things first, if you've not seen my TD4 chassis before, it's a thing of beauty. Fully hopped up, absolutely love it. And obviously this is the front inboard suspension. And it works really well. Again, aeration shocks. So yeah, so I'm curious to learn what we got to do, because as you're going to see next, within this kit, the servo comes to the other side and it's a direct link instead of having all this. And because we don't have this anymore, there's a battery thing, so the whole battery side of it's going to be a lot easier as well, which is cool. Anyway, let me show you a kit, and that's what comes with the kit. So obviously carbon front shock tower, that's the battery strap. These are steering extensions, I believe he calls them. That's the two servo mounts, suspension hardware with standoffs, don't know what that thing is yet, and screws. And he's done this for us with the kit, tells you what you get, and then it's step by step on how to do the conversion. Very professional, Owen, I'm loving it. Exploded diagrams. It's very cool. Left no stone unturned. And sorry for the noise. Then you can see that's how the battery strap goes across, and then a direct link to your servo on the other side, which is awesome. So he wanted me to do it step by step, so let's get on with it. Okay, so that was step one, which he puts remove existing internal dampers, damper holders, servo and its mechanism. So that's all that. Obviously we're going to be using the shock. Step two, remove the two original Tamiya triangle rocker arms, link rods and ball connectors. So the two rocker arms and tie rods. So let's remove those. Right, that's step two. Moving on to step three, it says remove the two outer hub steering ball connectors. So down here, okay, let's do that. Right, so that is stage 4 complete, which was to fit both tower adapters. Now, if like me, you're wondering how he's going to do this, very clever. So we've got these brackets here, so obviously when you take your rocker off, you leave the hardware in, and then this adapter slides over it, a really nice tight fit, and then you use the existing screws to bolt it down. I'll try to bring it a bit closer to the camera so you can see that. Yeah, that's awesome. I like that. Stage 5, attach a carbon tower damper tower. Sorry, attach the carbon fiber damper tower to the adapters using 6 M2.5 hex bolts. Right, that's the tower on. That's how it fits. Very cool indeed, and solid. Yeah, I like that. It looks dead weird though. I'm so used to seeing the TD4 and obviously the TD2 without a tower on. I think once the shocks are on, it'll look more recognisable, if that makes sense. So that was stage 5. Stage 6, he goes on to say, refer to exploded image 8 and additional views overleaf to complete the remaining shock tower assembly. Note, the lower damper points are to be connected to the outer of the 3 holes on the TD4 arms. Okay, now turn over. Then we can see he's got his where the spacers go, what it should look like. Now, this is going to be the suck it and see bit for me, because obviously we're using small bore aeration. So yeah, we'll have to figure that out, see if that's going to fit. Right, that's the shocks on, and there was no problem whatsoever with the aeration. I kind of like it. It looks cool. It looks very cool. Yeah, the hardware he supplies is absolutely awesome. So you get this big lovely bolt, and it's put your shock on, then an O-ring, then the spacer, and then the locking nut. And it's exactly the same on the bottom, except you don't need a locking nut, because this you use the same O-ring and spacer, but then this bolts directly into your arm. Yeah, very cool. Now my shocks have got spacers in them, so if you're wondering about full travel, that's because mine have got internal spacers, because I lowered it. But yeah, you get the gist of it. I love it. I love how it looks. It's to some people it's not going to make sense going from inbound to sort of standard, because that's what the car was never designed for. But I like seeing shocks, especially that's why I upgrade shocks, because it's a bling thing. Anyway, so looking at his instructions, We're on to 7, which is now install the 2 steering extensions to the hubs as shown in image B. And it goes on to tell you how to do that. Image B. Yeah, so basically what's happened is, because we now have these shocks, so if you imagine this steering connected, because all this extra room now taken up by the shock, the arm, when the hubs move, the arm would hit it. So we're going to extend this piece out slightly and then reconnect it. So let's dig those bits out and do that. Right, that's the steering connected, and that's really clever. Those extensions he's made are absolutely awesome. They just tight fit the shape of this hub, locate it, and then put the M3 bolt in, and then on the underside put your new ball end, not new, your existing ball end back in, and then connect. Now whether I'll probably have to adjust angle wise, where's the name? But you get the gist of it. Yeah, for the toe in, toe out, it'll probably be off now. Do that when I put the wheels on. But yeah, and in case you're wondering if you lose any steering, you don't, because I was wondering that myself, because obviously these are going to get close to that. Now, before you connect to steering and you do it, these will go all the way across and touch that bolt head. But once the actual steering's connected, that's the full steering mechanism the car has anyway, if that makes sense. So there's nothing you're losing, that's full steering. That was intended for the car. Oh, I'm loving that. That's really cool. Right, moving on to stage 8 is put the servo will now need to be replaced to the opposite side of the chassis. Attach your servo from Revive RC front and rear servo stage using existing screws and rectangular spaces. So that's what he supplies. And obviously if you know the chassis, you can see my blue bling ones there. They're just now going to get transferred to that side. And then for your servo, you're just going to use your existing arm, but you might have to adjust it and put a different ball end on, I would imagine. Or would that one be too short? I can't remember what's what. Anyway, the ball end's there. I think that's a that's a longer. So I'd use that turnbuckle it's on. And what I would do is obviously take that end off and that one and swap them over so it can attach to the servo. Now I'm not gonna fit Owen's because I'm not running this yet, so I'm just gonna move mine over to the other side, and then we'll put the battery retainer clip on as well, which, what does this say? Attach the Revive RC battery retainer to existing captive nut chassis point, which was there, so that's going to go across there, I believe. You might need to use his servo mounts, I don't know, but I'll soon find out. Right, that's all in. So I made a big mistake. You have to use Owen's servo mounts, and you would want to, because they're miles better than the Tamiya ones. They go in a different position, so if you have got your existing ones or even alloy, they don't fit. And these are kind of moulded to go into the chassis. Really cool, and they feel just so much stronger than the Tamiya ones, because we know that was a problem with this chassis. So they're in place. Obviously I'm not putting a servo in yet, and then locate the captive nut that we had on the old system, you use that, and that's for your battery. Now I've tightened it down, but obviously to do that you just slacken that off and then move it out of the way. And then so your battery change now, sorry, just put that in position. So your battery change now is just slacken that off, move that, slide your battery in, move that back over and tighten that. You might have to put a bit of foam underneath or whatever, I don't know. You might have to pack it out somewhere. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. That is pretty awesome indeed. I'm really liking that. And the quality of how it goes together is superb. I don't know, I'm not saying I didn't think it would be. It's just been a pleasure to put together. His instructions are absolutely cock on. Right, next step, I'll bang the wheels back on, because I just want to make sure the toe in, toe out's lined up again. Right, I'm a massive fan of that, got to be honest. Just for looks alone, I don't care how it performs. You know what I'm like. That just looks completely different, and I like it. Don't get hung up on suspension travel, because mine is lowered, as you can see, so even the back there's not much movement, but obviously same on the front, but those shocks can have a lot more movement without internal spacers. I've adjusted the collars ever so slightly just to adjust the tension up, basically, so it comes back up where it should. Probably do a little bit more, actually. In fact, yeah, I'll do a little bit more. I've put brand new blue wheel nuts on it. That's how much I'm digging this. And this video for me, it's ace, because next I get to fit that cool body set, which is just going to get even better. I think, just before we do that, let me just drag the bits over, because I suppose there is a downside to this, if you're like me, and that is you lose some bling. Now, that might sound daft, but, you know, be aware of that. Obviously, I had the blue suspension mounts, they're gone, the rocker arms, and obviously this rocker for the steering. But, and don't get me wrong, and please don't be on the misunderstanding that I get money, I'm trying to sell this for Owen. I'm really not. He's just sent me one to try, and I really like it at this stage. How it runs, no idea. But for me, the new look far outweighs me losing these pieces of bling. The servo's in a much better position. It's going to be much stronger, and the battery in and out is pretty much instant as opposed to the old method. So I kind of like it. I've got to be honest. This doesn't matter. I thought it would when I was taking it off. I've got to be honest. I was like, oh, this is terrible. But now, you know, you're getting the added bling of carbon shock tower. Now you can see your shocks. I don't know. To me, that's quite a big deal. Right, now let's fit the body set. Thought I'd just come back on just with the wing on. I love it. It's awesome. This wing's special. I don't know if he sells this wing. You'll have to contact him. I'm not actually sure. But he's gone sort of above and beyond on this and added that second wing at the back. Just so cool. It's put a lot of effort into this body set. That's why I really liked it. I kind of thought it looks the business. And I'm a big fan of the Mercedes Petronas colours as well. I think they look great. It's weird to see the wing so low. Anyway, let's stick the shell on. And she's finished. God, I love that. I really do. I fell in love with it as soon as I'd seen it on his Instagram. I am wondering, I won't do it in this video, but I am wondering if it would benefit from a higher wing mount. Now, in case you don't know, I've got the rear carbon shock tower on it. That's a hop up for the TD4, TD2, and it comes with wing mounts that instead of going onto the chassis, bolt onto the shock tower. But you also get longer ones in the kit. I just don't know where they are, but I think that just wants to be raised up very slightly. But don't get me wrong, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. What a thing. That is... that's yummy. That is seriously yummy. Wow. It just... I'm nerding out. It looks badass to me. Because it's dark. Because a lot of you, and I can't remember if it's John who's always complaining, I'm always painting my bodies white. That's always my base colour. So even for me, it's quite refreshing to see something that's in darker colours. Oh, you'll have to leave in the comments what you think to the overall looks. That is pretty spectacular. Feels like a completely different car now I'm looking at it. You know, just because of the front shocks on it. And now actually being able to see the egress wheels as opposed to had those turbo covers on before. Yeah, that is awesome. And that's it finished. And I'm over the moon with that. I really am. That is awesome. Now, Owen, first of all, if you're watching, which I'm sure you are, your instructions are absolutely cock on. I can understand them, so that tells you everything. Really could. There was nothing that I was reading, I was like scratching my head on. Just all perfect sense. So cool. But let's make a disclaimer, because I don't want people going out and buying things because I've done it. You know, I never recommend anything. I hope you know that. Maybe Owen knows how this performs. I don't know if he's run his. Obviously, I haven't, so I don't know strength-wise. So don't even ask me in the comments, because I have no idea. For me, it's a visual thing. Strength-wise, if you lose a little bit of steering, don't know. and obviously the servo set up with a new arm and adjustment. I won't know that until I fit a servo to it. But to have something a little bit different is just awesome. It really is. This feels like a brand new car to me now. And again, you know, I know it's got this really cool body and wing on now, but it's the whole look of that front end now is just completely different. I absolutely love it, and it's really funny because when Revive RC launched this body for the TD4, I was lucky. Owen sent me one, and I did that. Well, as you saw at the beginning, the Avanti 2001. When it was finished, I was like, "That is spectacular." You know, it was one of it. I was like, "Yeah, I can look at that forever." I never envisaged, in my opinion, getting it to look better, if that makes sense. I thought that was as good as it gets, but got to be honest, what Owen's done, body and wing, just superb. But I'm a Mercedes fan, so that I guess, and I get to see the black egress wheels again, which I always love, and of course the shock conversion kit. Absolutely superb. So again, massive thank you to Owen. I'll put his contact information and a link to his Instagram page, and you'll better see pictures of it. If you have got any questions of the sort of spec and technicalities of this conversion set, any flaws it has or whatever, ask Owen, not me, because I honestly don't know, and I'm sure Owen will be happy to answer any questions you've got. And Owen, again, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to show this on YouTube. Massively appreciated. Keith, you need to buy one quickly. He's only got 10. He's probably bought one already. Anyway, my friends, thanks so much for watching. Again, it is honestly massively appreciated. If you're new to this channel, give this video a thumbs up. If you think I'm a dickhead, give me a thumbs down. Say hello in the comments. And if you like what I do, just turn all the notifications on for our weekly videos. That'd be fantastic. And as always, my friends, yeah, you know what I'm going to say. Happy RCing.